Can I do the intro?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi guys, and welcome to another video on the YouTube channel.
Why is your voice have to speed up? Because I talk fast? Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I put a question box on my Instagram story because so many people, well first Parson needs his own video. He always makes little features because he's my cameraman, so he's never in my videos. But we had a lot of people request that we do a little couples Q&A. So that's what we're doing today. I put a question box on my story and we got a ton of fun questions. Some more serious and some more just like fun. So we'll see how this goes. But I wrote them all down on my phone and I might pop up some of the questions on the screen. But most likely I'll just read them mostly off my phone. Introduce yourself.
My name is Parsa.
And they asked age, height, and then they also asked Parsa's ethnicity and like age difference and stuff like that. So I just turned 22, but I turned 22 in April.
I turned 22 in October, so we have about a 6-month difference, almost exactly.
Yeah, so he's older. A lot of people ask that. And then height, I am 5'5" and a half.
I think I'm 5'10".
5'10", 5'11", something like I get measured a lot for my shows. So.
Yeah, I haven't been measured in years, so I mean I really don't know. But I'm taller, so I mean that's all that counts, right? Big dub for the boys.
Big dub for the short kings, the average height kings, I guess. We're both average height.
I'm pretty average height, yeah.
And then they also asked like how long we've been together.
Oh, I also didn't say my ethnicity.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. For those of y'all wondering, because there was a lot of questions that people were like, is he Persian? Oh my god, is he Persian? I am Persian, yes. So.
The name gave it away. And then, so that's how long we've been together. Oh, we haven't answered that. How long have we been together?
A little over 2.5 years.
But almost 3 years in October, so 2.5-ish.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's 2.5 yet.
A little over 2.5.
Okay. And then people were asking who was interested first, as well as how did we meet. So, I will say Parsa's interested first, but this is a very long timeline, almost a year. So I met him a year before we started dating. So keep that in mind, pretty much. At that point, I was dating somebody else. Very toxic relationship, and we broke up probably like me and the boyfriend I was with at that time. Probably like 2 weeks later after that. I met Parsa the first time then. We were in fact at a Darty.
Yeah, we were.
At that point, I wasn't drinking or anything like that, but I did meet Parsa through a mutual friend. And it was after like a sorority like philanthropy event, and I was a VP of philanthropy, so I had to be sober.
Yeah. It's funny because her friend literally like came. They walked in together. Her friend kind of just like dropped her with me because like that's my friend too, and she went off somewhere else. And so then it's just her and I just talking about.
Dogs.
We were literally talking about dogs because the event they had for the sorority was like they had dogs and they were serving barbecue. And it was called barbecue.
But literally, I had never met this man in my life. My friend was like, "Oh, hey Parsa," and then beelined.
Yeah.
And left me for the best, I guess. But at that point, I was dating somebody else.
It could have been like a complete weirdo. Like I am a complete weirdo. I still am a complete weirdo, but like I could have been even weirder.
But timeline. So when we did end up breaking up, and me and my other boyfriend, and me and Parsa Snapchatted and stuff during the entire summer. Obviously, like I went home for the summer and things like that, so I didn't see him for quite a long time. We did come back in August when I first met him in April, and my friend had a little like game night, so let's get together, and she brought him because she knew that we were like just Snapchatting and chit-chatting, and that was the like first time after we'd come back for the summer and actually hung out, and it was with a group of friends. So I would say that we met because of a mutual friend, and her kind of like inviting him to like a little friends game night, so he could continue talking. So.
And then from then on, we went on a couple like dates. Like we went on like
first couple dates were gym dates. Everybody always asks that. I didn't meet him in the gym, but we did. We were avid lifters back then.
Oh yeah, and then we weren't as big into lifting back when we met, but like we kind of both mutually found that interest. I think one of the first things we were like, when we would Snapchat, when we would text, like I was always asking like lifting advice because she had like way more experience than I did. I know, like, for me, I was just getting into lifting when we started talking, and then I really got into it just because I was addicted
His
to
way
it.
to get his bag was messaging me for form advice.
I would send her videos of my squats, and
So that's what you do, man. You send them videos and stay humble. Don't
Yeah.
flex it. Be like, how can I fix this?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's how we meet.
I also did want to show off the booty gains.
I had to show up the big games. It was always squat. That's right. It was never.
Squat. It was never deadlift. It was never bench. Just squat.
Oh gosh. Everybody's asking. Okay, obviously my boyfriend lifts. He's a lifter. He has a fitness page, PS Fitness 10. A little plug. But he, a lot of people ask, is he ever going to compete? / will we ever compete together? / did me competing make him want to compete? So do you answer that?
Yeah. So I mean, I definitely have thought about competing, like, in the past, and I still, do. I just think right now my goals in life don't really allow me to necessarily. For those of you guys who don't know, I am a pre-med student, applying to med school, doing all that kind of stuff. So obviously a big, like, component of my life right now is just throwing everything into that and to, like, make sure I get into that, future, like, career. I think, like, once that kind of settles down, that's when I can think of, like, yeah, maybe, you know what, I want to compete once I'm, maybe once I'm, like, in my late 20s, early 30s, like, and there's no
always there.
The stage is always there.
Literally. And I think also, though, like, people are asking if me competing makes you want to compete. I think it might have made him want to compete, but it also reveals, like, everything people don't really realize goes into competing. And so he really sees what a prep is like. So I think when he does compete one day, he'll be very, very serious because he understands what it takes to be ready.
Yeah.
And I think, like, financially, time commitment, like, he sees how much time and money I put into it.
Yeah.
So he sees the reality and knows really what prep takes versus when I did my first prep, I just started it and didn't realize how much it took. But back onto, like, lifting and stuff, a lot of people ask if we train together or separate. So when we first started, talking and dating, we actually both did the Jeff Nipper programs, like push-pull legs. So we did the same program, obviously different weights and stuff like that. But now we both have coaches, so we train completely separately. But he drives me.
I do drive.
And he does drive. He drives me there, and he has his own coach that he has a program with, and then I have my own coach, and she gives me my program.
So yeah, we show up at the same time, but
we spot each other and take clips of each other. Like, obviously takes all my content photos and videos. Okay, we have a couple fun questions, and then we'll get back to, like, the more serious questions. So who's the better cook / does Parsa cook for me? I get asked a lot.
I mean, I would say I'm the better cook.
Not even a question about it, man.
I was having a better cook, but
I wouldn't say I'm bad. I think Parsa just...
I cook so much more, I think, that, like, I've had a lot of practice with it.
See, my thing is I buy the, like, pre-made seasoning mixes, and it makes my food, I feel like, really good, but Parsa actually knows seasonings and stuff. But I wouldn't say I'm bad, he's just really good. Okay, so someone said pet peeves about each other, or, like, something we dislike about each other. We'll do pet peeves, though.
Okay.
Because Parsa's perfect. Nothing wrong with it. Pet peeves, though, exist.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I would say my biggest pet peeve...
What I've done late.
I mean... Oh, yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, so I do, like...
I take a long time to get ready.
Yeah, so I will, like, bring my car... I live across the street, but, like, when we're going to the gym, I literally pull my car around, bring it into her driveway, or her parking lot, I guess. And it takes her forever to get ready.
Extra 15 minutes after he's already here.
So I'm just sitting in my car for like 15 minutes.
So my pet peeve about Parsa, I think this is a new recent thing since he's been cutting. He's got a little prep brain, even though he's not on prep. I feel like he's just in his own little world sometimes, and just I have to say things a couple times for him to hear them, but it's not on purpose. It's not like he's trying not to listen to me. I think he's just, in his own.
Yeah, like, I don't know, sometimes I just, like, have no thoughts between these eyes.
No thoughts. Same though for me. So that's the problem, is both of us just have no thoughts at all times right now. Favorite cheat meal together. We don't, obviously we're cutting right now, so we haven't had a cheat meal together in a while, but, like, where would you want to go for a cheat meal together?
Sushi.
Sushi's
100%.
so good.
Sushi's so good.
I would have to agree. I would think for, like, normal, like, date night, yes, sushi, but, like, cheat meals and cheat meals, like, if I were to be, like, if you were like, oh, you get one more cheat meal, what would it be? Sushi is like the healthy option.
God.
I do love sushi though.
If I could go like anything I would want, we'll go for like a bunch of like Chick-fil-A sandwiches and like nuggets and fries and milkshake and stuff. Like I would go like all out at Chick-fil-A.
One of everything at Chick-fil-A.
Hey, 5,000 likes and we'll do that.
We'll see.
We'll get one of everything after the next show.
Oh my gosh. Usually I crave high fat foods when I'm like having a big cheat meal. Last time for like post show got mellow mushroom. I could totally do that.
It was really good.
But my body can't eat but so much pizza. I would say either Five Guys, iconic always, and I never get the Five Guys milkshake, so I would say it's getting like everything from Five Guys because I could down a bag of those fries, large fry. I could eat it all in one go. Okay, favorite activity together. Of course we're gonna say gym, but something besides the gym because we do gym a lot. But favorite activity together besides gym. I like doing games. So like card games. We play a lot of solitaire.
We do play a lot of solitaire.
So I would say playing cards.
We also went through like a Pokemon phase.
Yeah, we used to play Pokemon a lot.
Yeah, so that was fun.
That was fun. We had a lot of questions about like bulking and cutting cycles, and how we feel about with one person bulking, one person cutting, or if we always sync up. We've never been, within the last 2 years, we've always bulked and cutted at the same time.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much, which usually I start cutting first, and then because obviously my prep is longer than like his cutting would need to be.
Yeah.
So mine's like obviously like 6 months versus his is like, what, 4? 2?
Yeah, maybe
Right
2.5,
2.
3.
So I just cut longer, but usually we cut at the same time, cut and bulk at the same time. Is it hard for Parsa when I'm deep on prep? I got a couple questions like this, like how me being on prep might affect him. We also have a couple questions on like, basically how does he handle me on prep being like moody? So
yeah.
How do you answer that?
So
is it hard for you when I'm deep on prep?
It definitely does get hard when you're deep on prep. I think from multiple perspectives, not just from like the day-to-day, like, you know, like moodiness or like, you know, all like hangry kind of aspect. I think it like does affect like our relationship in some ways. Like for example, like we can't really do a lot of dates because a lot of dates, unfortunately, in the US, like dates is very much based around food culture.
Mainly with COVID, I feel like so many places, at least near us, closed that were like activity based. Yeah. Like we had a drive-in theater that closed. We had a bunch of stuff that kind of closed down, and like our ice skating rink closed, our roller skating rink closed. So a lot of stuff. Yeah. I mean, which is like could be a new COVID thing.
So like, yeah, I mean, we just like haven't really gone on like a whole lot of dates, especially during prep. Like our days are pretty much like our quality time spent together is literally like at the gym or like watching Netflix. But like the thing is, like we're both such busy people. Like I think we would have kept busy, and like, you know, we're not the type of people who go on all too many dates just because we're so busy.
And we're college students. Who's got the money for that?
We don't have the money for that. The big thing is like remembering that she's going through a lot physically, mentally, emotionally, and so it definitely does get hard. Like especially towards peak week. Peak week is definitely like the most stressful time for her, and I just have to be patient and be there. So yeah, like one thing I do to, you know, make sure that, you know, she's okay is just remember on peak week just to be extra loving, extra caring, really like keep everything in line, make sure she's as relaxed as possible.
I mean, it goes both ways though. I think a lot of people do use prep as an excuse to be rude and moody, and you know, I work really hard to not be that way. So like contradicting your, like honing yourself in, because you're not going to feel in the best mindset and the best body set. But I mean, I do what I can to like not put that out on other people. But peak week, it's kind of very stressful, mainly with traveling and stuff. I think I get very stressed with traveling to my shows, and I think he does really well, honestly, like at being patient with me, helping me do self-care stuff and things like that, keeping me calm. Yeah. Someone said, what is the most important thing you have taught each other?
I think the biggest thing you've taught me is how far you can take any idea, no matter how crazy, no matter how out there, with a lot of discipline, a lot of motivation, a lot of just work. I mean,
I will send every decision.
When we first started dating, she was fully wanting to do marketing, but at the same time she was running her fitness page, and I don't think either of us thought in our wildest dreams that your page would blow up the way it has, and I mean, here we are.
It's a blessing, for sure.
But
I've definitely been blessed to be able to do that.
It's down to your hard work and your commitment to it every day. Like, I see how much time you put into it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely, I will say, there was a lot of uncertainty within the last couple of years. And as well, though, I know a lot of people are asked this as well. I started a fitness page when I was dating Parsa. Parsa pushed me to start a page. So he's seen me from the beginning, when my page had 0 followers to now, 136K on Instagram. So it's he's always been there, but he's also the person that pushed me to start and has pushed me to continue pushing and has supported me the entire way. So it's not like he came in halfway. He was there since the beginning.
I was there before the clout.
So he was there in the beginning. So he's kind of seen me, the amount of effort I put in at 0 followers and the amount of effort I put in now, which has been crazy.
Yeah. Well, what did I teach you?
Parsa's definitely taught me a lot, but I think one of the main things he's probably taught me is really just firstly, dedication to his family and his friends. I think obviously there's just a bunch of amazing things about Parsa, but I think his commitment to his friends and his family is really commendable. And although he puts other people before himself, and I the humility teaches me a lot, because obviously a lot with prep and stuff is about putting yourself first, and Parsa always doesn't put himself first. So I feel you've taught me a lot about that. But in general, though, the amount of love he has for his family, he drops everything to talk to his mom on the phone, and I think that tells a lot about Parsa.
Yeah, I'll be in the gym mid-set, and I'll still answer my mom's calls.
So I guess just he's taught me about the amount of effort you should put into the people you really care about, and he's shown that through me, and it's taught me about putting it to my friends, my family, also him. So, and on that though, he was saying, does he support me in the fitness industry? He's been there since the beginning. Most people know him because he does my live stream videos for I'm not gonna be doing them anymore, but he was the person that emceed my live videos for my shows. So he's always there. He records my vlogs, like you saw from my show day vlogs. He takes every photo from my Instagram. He's the most supportive.
Yeah.
So a lot of people literally that I meet at shows are I wish I had a supportive boyfriend that would sit through the entirety of that show and just vlog and hang out. But I will say though, past competing though, he's also supportive just in general about my social media. Of course he posts like I was saying, he posts a lot on social media now as well, and he might do that more because how much I post. But I will say he is very supportive about me making content, me traveling for content. He's always been the most supportive about that.
Yeah, I've always told her, put your career and your aspirations first, and we'll figure out everything else after that, so it's because and it's just because I have so much faith and confidence that you are gonna be successful, and I would never want to be the limiting factor in that success. That's the biggest reason why.
Thank you, baby. So yeah, he definitely does support it. And then, so next question was, how do we juggle everything we do and each other, and time management? I got a couple questions about that, because everybody knows that we both take lifting very seriously. We're both full-time, we just graduated, we're both full-time students. I mean, for me, social media is pretty much a full-time job, and then Parsa's just starting a full-time job. And how we balance each other, I think we do include each other in our daily activities. Sometimes we meal prep together, we go to the gym together. So the non-negotiables of our day, we see each other. But I think we've been together for so long. We do he's my best friend. So I do see him a lot because I like hanging out with him.
Yeah, I mean, so we're both super busy people, and between full-time her making content
And then also, you know, we were both full-time students. I work a part-time job, but that's transitioning to full-time. We were both in charge of like a lot of different clubs and organizations here. There's a lot of things that were always happening at different times, and I think the biggest thing was just, you know, finding little pockets through the day to hang out and do stuff together. So like going to the gym, having some meals.
We have breakfast together like every day. But we also match our rest days, we match our training days, just so I am able to see him at the gym and things like that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much. Okay. Are dates hard on prep versus, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, but also they asked like recommendations for dates when on prep. Like we said, food, you realize, revolves around a lot of people's friendships and relationships. And I feel like you definitely learn a lot about somebody when you take out the food aspect, which is a weird thing to think about. But like there's a lot of friends I don't hang out with anymore on prep because we don't eat. And I can't eat and I can't drink, and it's crazy how much relationships revolve around that. But they're true friends, same as like Parsa, the true people that you hang out with, it's not gonna take, you don't have to be eating, and they understand I can't do that. But we do a lot of activities together, like we were saying earlier. We make things fun, like we do movie nights and like things like that.
I mean, also the other thing is if your friends do want to go out, you can go with them. You just have to like make sure you like know what your goals are. You know, you have that ulterior motive, and you know, if you are on prep and you still want to go out and have that social aspect with your friends, I mean, you can still go to a bar, just get a water or like a diet soda. Like as long as you have a drink in your hand, that's all that matters, really. No
yeah.
One really questions.
Early on prep, I went out a lot. I just with me and my Bang energy drink.
Yeah, you don't. Like...
And then favorite memory. Someone said.
Oh, favorite. There's a lot of memories.
We've been together a long time.
Probably after your show in September. We pretty much went out to, well, pretty much she won her class. It was the first time she'd won her class, I think. She came second overall in the show. It was a lot of fun. And also it was the same show she competed against her friends. So we all went out to get dinner afterwards. It was in my hometown too, which was really nice because it made it very close to where I was staying. I was staying at my parents' place. And like it's not too far from our college. So it was just a super, super easy time. And I think that was like, I don't know, it was just a lot of fun to see you like have fun for the first time.
That was the first time I definitely like truly enjoyed my entire show day. Yeah. And because it also was my third show, so I was getting comfortable with competing.
Like you weren't under pressure to qualify for a national show. You were already qualified. You just wanted to do this show and just have fun. And I mean, that was like...
And at that point, it was my best, like, I just was glowing. It was my best presence. It was my best favorite day. Yeah, I would say some of my favorites when we first started dating, just because, like, there were so many fun little PRs, and, like, we would walk from not from dorms, but from our apartments and stuff to, like, the college gyms
all the way across
and
campus,
we would match, and like there's this one day we went to one of the gyms and like just PRing with Parsa when like, I mean I don't PR anymore, but like there's, you know, those little wins where like he was there for all of my like original PRs and stuff for my compounds and stuff like that, and those are always some of my favorite memories.
There was one where
early on gym days.
She texted me like, hey, I'm about to PR on bench, and I was like across campus trying to join her at the gym, and I literally ran, found like one of those electric scooters, like, took that all the way just so I didn't miss her lift. I missed the lift, but
not to miss me PR, but yeah, I would say that it's like he's always been a support even before I had social media, like even for those little like PR wins that seem minuscule probably to you.
Yeah. Hey, 95 pounds is a lot, man.
Yeah, but okay. Okay, we're getting near the end, I promise. So, next question was favorite thing about each other. So my favorite thing about Parsa, definitely his humor. I feel like he makes life a lot more enjoyable and more fun. He's a very like outgoing person. I was yawning over here right now. Yeah. But he's a very outgoing person, and I really like his humor. So he makes life a little bit more goofy.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
My favorite thing about Georgia is, I mean, I think I said it was like what I like learned about her, but I would say it's definitely like her drive. I think that's like something that's like super admirable, and I think it's like a really like unique quality. Not everyone is like as driven as
Your
you.
favorite thing is not that I'm a lifter girl.
No, not
I'm
quite.
very strong. That's his
The thing is, like,
about
you
me.
could have been a bank teller, right? But you would have strove to be the best bank teller out there.
Okay, so last two questions. Someone said, how does it feel to have a girlfriend with bigger dilts than you?
I mean, she does casually have boulders for shoulders. It's not honestly a big deal. I just put her in place with my bench press.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, and then someone's literally, quote for quote, said, to sum it up, how did a mortal catch the eye of a goddess?
Well, you see,
How do these guys get a bodybuilder girlfriend? Give them some tips.
honestly, like, and this is just a guide how you approach girls in the gym. Even though I didn't approach you in the gym, just like don't be weird about it, guys. Like, don't like go up in the middle of their set or don't stare at them. If you think a girl's attractive in the gym, like, you know, be like, hey, are you by chance using this? And like, if you're about to use the machine, and like, you start a conversation, or
It's
like
long term. Become friends with them first.
or like if you see they're doing a lift and like they're like, you know, pushing weight, like go over after their set and be like, dude, like that was a great set. Like, how long have you been lifting for? Like, just like start talking to them and like actually trying to like relate and be interested in like what they're doing in that present moment. And like once you start talking, I think it's like it's easier to kind of like get the ball rolling and be like, hey, I'd love to lift with you sometime or something like that, or like, you know, just anything like that. Just don't be weird about it.
Yeah.
There's not really much
Don't
else to
creepily
say.
watch them from a distance and you're killing it.
Yeah, don't be creepy. Like,
Don't be creepy.
like
That's your tip.
here we go. Yeah. And in terms of bagging goddesses, you just have to learn to transcend.
You gotta bag early.
Invest early
Invest early before they're
before they're muscle
goddess.
mommies.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's the video. That's all the questions that were like, a lot of them were repeated, but that was a long video anyways.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Parso's first sit down video. He's now been included into the channel.
Like and comment if you want to see more.
They can comment if you want to see more, even though I never do a sit down video.
Well,
Parso's always in the videos, you just don't see him because he's behind
like
the
and
camera.
comment if you want to see more of me.
If you want to see more of Parso,
Be sure to subscribe. New videos every week.
literally whenever I do them, but it's usually twice a week.
Literally. Follow the prep files. Buy the merch.
Yeah, we're gonna have a 4-week out video this weekend.
Code GDFIT at checkout for Helomix, Inaka.
Everything in my caption,
everything in our
everything.
link tree.
Blu-ray. We'll get a gym bag for you. You know, anything you want. But yeah, thank y'all for watching, and have a great rest of your day or night or whatever it is for you.
Are you blowing a kiss now?
Always, we're gonna want to.